Well, here I am in my bus. I've been working on cleaning this thing out for another camping trip this weekend, I hope. I've got my bed back here, super comfy, even though it's a mess. It's a disaster. My shelves actually, they lift up and stuff. Not right now because they got crap on them. But I had so many great ideas for this bus that I just have not quite fulfilled and finished yet, I guess. But right now, I just got back from the Phish concert a couple days ago, and this thing was an absolute disaster. And people have told me, oh, I want to buy a school bus, you know? What kind of tips could you give me for buying a school bus? I'm like, my best tip is to make sure you get one that's something you can handle. Actually, you can get a variety of different lengths of buses, of course. There's the 21 footer I've got. There's 24 footers. There's 34 footers. There's 45 footers or 44 footers. Those are the big long ones. Trying to maneuver those things on some of the roads I've gone on would be absolutely impossible. So, but this thing has a 350 in it. It's actually just like a pickup engine. It runs on gasoline. It's like the bread box style of hood. And but it's got a nice little area to work up here. My little work zone, my little captain's chair and whatnot. And then I've got this area where my dog can sit co-pilot, where she did the other day. Anyway, usually I just stack piles of stuff up there. And the thing about taking a bus out is that, like, we met up with our friend at Phish, Space, and he just bought a bus. He bought a full size. Well, I think it's a little shorter, like a 39 maybe or a 40 footer, but it's a long bus, and they've got their bed set up, but they haven't really done much carpentry yet. They just got it a week ago. And but the thing about a bus is you could actually just throw normal furniture in there. You don't even have to bother with, doing any built-ins or anything like that. Let's set this down here. So you don't have to. By the way, the music in the background is my son. He's playing guitar in his room, so hopefully I don't get a copyright strike because of that. In the past, I've uploaded videos of them playing music, and I get copyright because it's Grateful Dead songs, even though the songs are, cover songs. I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous. So, this door behind me is actually an emergency door, and there used to be a wheelchair lift right here, and we took that out, and then we've moved so many different things in here. At one point, we had a fridge in here, and then like a little cabinet to counter to work on. My wife found this. I think it's from IKEA because, well, at least one of the drawers said IKEA on the bottom, but we got it used on Craigslist for $20 or some shit, and it works great. It's got these little slide out drawers, and you can put different sizes in there. They've got deep ones and shallow ones. And this whole unit is completely mobile, so I can just pull this out, even take it out of the bus. In retrospect, the minute I get to where I'm going, I should probably pull this out. But anyhow, let's show you what we got over here, because I haven't really shown this to anybody in a while, even though this part I haven't cleaned yet. It's still a mess over here. Let's see if that works. All right, so how's that? Okay, cool. So what I have is two couches here. And, of course, they're piled with sleeping bags and stuff right now. But these two couches have... I'll just leave that there. Let me show you the couches afterwards. This is what I have. I have a table right here that can pull out between the two couches. And I've actually put seat belts in between both of or on all the seats. Then this board can come out, and it can drop down into this groove right here. Clink. And then pull these out, and it becomes a second bed, which is pretty awesome. I've got to say, that's one of the things I'm most grateful that I built in here. But then the bed up here, and then underneath the bed, you've got tons of storage. I mean, endless storage, for real. Like, that's one big trunk down there. I've got my big old box of Kratom, because I took it with me to the Phish concert. But then we've got racks up here. We just built these in. They're just basic shelves, nothing special. just some, simple sliding panels in them. And that was an old kitchen table that we cut like a slot out of here, and then we flipped it upside down and put it up here. Other than that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Built a little simple pony wall here, and the shelf was already up there. I just added a few things to it, and probably haven't done enough work to it to, I don't know, I put a lot of work into this thing. Oh, that's a hell of a beard. I put a lot of work into this thing over the past couple of years, but mostly it was in the first 6 months. Then it becomes just maintenance. If you're going to build a bus, the first thing you want to do is build it to your specifications. We don't have a bathroom in here. We don't really need one. And it takes up a lot of space in a small bus, and it's messy, and I don't want to deal with gray water tanks. But more importantly, you drive your bus around for a little while and you get to know it. You get to know how it works for you. You figure out what's going to fall down off the shelves. You start to realize that when you first plan it, people overthink. They're like, oh, I need to make sure this is done like this and this is done like this. Make sure everything's locked in really tight. And mind you, if you go down a lot of rough roads, stuff is going to bounce around and squeak and fall down. And you want to build it well. But generally, even on these like shelves right here, where these baskets just sit, they don't fall out. They just sit there. I mean, it takes a very small ledge. Even something like this, I can stack my clothes on the shelf, put them in there, and they won't fall out while I'm driving, unless I'm on an extremely rutty road. But even so, I can use this to... What I was going to do is attach a string here to the ceiling and pull it tight so I could lock the clothes in for when I go to really rough places. But anyhow, I got to work on the curtains now and getting this stuff done and cleaned. It was the one task I wanted to make sure I got done today, because it's the last weekend, Labor Day weekend, before another freaking winter. Anyway, just thought I'd share some thoughts, and hope you all have a fantastic day. Be well, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you next time.